1 minute. Trenta secondi. Alejandro, second place with 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, time. Y un aplauso, Napoli, un aplauso to your masters, 1-10, and he winner, the Avengers. Yeah, and that heat number 2 to heat number 22 that are going to be entering on the competition floor.
E siamo pronti per iniziare con la hit numero 22, categoria Master 110 uomo-donna. Non c'è 2 senza 3, Fitness Elite, Strangers Team, Dream Team, La Mandrici, De Zio and Severino, lo scorreggione, e Box Factory Lab. Dalla lane 1 alla lane 7, benvenuti nella piscina della UBL 2026. Athletes, we start in 1 minute. Si parte tra 1 minuto. Thirty seconds, 30 secondi. Venti secondi. Athletes ready. Judges ready. 10 secondi. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! E si parte! È una discoteca alla piscina della UBL. 90 secondi andati via. Vi restano ancora 12 minuti e 30. La strada è lunga, c'è ancora da nuotare. Atlets, 4 minuti andati, ancora 11, 500 metri nuoto, 2000 metri ski erg, 100 sincro dumbbell snatch. Questa è la categoria Master 110. Nove minuti e 30 alla fine. Sei minuti andati, restano 8 minuti. La lane numero 2 si continua a nuotare. Le ultime vasche, gli ultimi metri. Intanto nessun team ha terminato con i 2000 metri di ski erg. Vediamo chi sarà il primo team ad andare ai dumbbell e iniziare con i 100 sincro dumbbell snatch. 7 minuti e 30 secondi, categoria Master 110. UBL 2026, The Italian Championship, la più grande gara d'Italia del Functional Fitness. E la lane numero 5, la Mandrici e Zio sono partiti con i 100 sincro dumbbell snatch. E arriva ora la lane numero 6, Severino lo scoraggione e Box Factory Lab. Lane 7, lane 8. Spritz e dumbbell snatch. Come siete gin tonici? 5 minuti e 20 alla fine. Ah, che bell'aria fresca. Ah, la UBL 2026. Quattro minuti alla fine. Forza ragazzi! Gli ultimi 4 minuti di workout. Tre minuti e 30 alla fine. Spingete ora, all out, tutto quello che avete e poi ci riposiamo. Atleti, 3 minuti. Giudici, fateci vedere le mani alzate. Ci siamo quasi, ci siamo quasi. Ultimi 120 secondi. Ultimi 2 minuti di workout. Ultimi 2 minuti a partire da ora. Ultime rep per la Mandrici del zio End, che se la portano a casa. Cento secondi al final. Ultime rep per Severino lo scoraggione. Ultimi 2 dumbbell snatch. L'ultimo dumbbell snatch. E se la portano a casa. 60 secondi a partire da ora. E anche la lane numero 2, Fitness Elite. Ultime rep, anche lane numero 4, 30 secondi. E anche Stranger Tips, se l'è portato a casa. 20 secondi ragazzi. All out, ultimi 10 secondi. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time! Finisce qui la hit numero 22 ed era l'ultima della categoria Master. Grazie ragazzi, ci vediamo domani e noi continuiamo con l'Elite Team Man, Woman qui alla piscina della UBL 2026. Benvenuti, benvenuti Elite, si parte tra un minuto. Firestorm or Die, una scarpa e una zavatta, Team Ultra, Ironson Freedom, io, Fratam e Paulil. A22 United, CrossFit, Mayalem Freedom e Third Krieger.
So it'll be two people working. There's a 27 kilo dumbbell and a 22.5 kilo dumbbell for athletes to use. The time cap, 14 minutes. This is the final event of day number 1. We're nearly over with 1 day of competition here at the UBL Championships. We've just wrapped up the IF3 Women's European Championships. We'll be back with that tomorrow night for the European Men's Champs. But for now, this is Ocean Drive Team Elite Workout number 2 for the day for our teams here at the UBL Italian Championships. We're shortly getting underway with heat number 1, the teams Firestorm or Die, Nascarpa, Inazavata, Team Ultra, iStone Freedom, IO, Fratum, Ipalil, A22 United, CrossFit, Mayhalem Freedom, and Fjord Krieger are our teams that are off here on screen now. What a view for our athletes. There's the workout for you. So 500 meter swim, 2000 meter skier to be done simultaneously once they're both complete. 100 synchro one-arm snatches for 2 of the athletes. Again, they can switch out at any point that they want. 2 males, male, female, no issues as long as they get the workload done. And obviously, we're looking at the swim so far. Evening swim, pool looks amazing. Light swimming round, swinging round. I'm just looking at now at the swimming technique. Obviously, you're going to put your strongest swimmer. Strongest swimmer is going to try and do the majority of that swim leg while the other 2 work through the 2000 meter ski. Just thinking of the time cap for a 500 meter swim, we're probably looking at around about a good swimmer's going to finish in around about 7 minutes ish, there or thereabouts, which is probably the time it's going to take for a 2K ski. 2K ski is probably going to be between 6:30 to 7:30 for most teams, depending on how many switches and transitions that they do. At the moment, though, it does look like one of our teams is 100 meters in. Remember, they can switch at any point. On the ski, I think each athlete, when they're in the water, has to do 100 meters before they're allowed to switch. There it's lane number 6. I think there was a head there. Lane 5 or 6 is ahead. That would be Fratim or A22 United that are taking the lead on the swim. And obviously with the swim, we're looking for specific techniques and efficiency, which is going to allow our swimmers to move through the water as fast as possible. We want to be as high as we can on the water, nice and flat. We don't really want to be kicking too hard for a 500 meter swim unless these athletes know that they're only going to be doing 100 meters at a time. If you're going to do a bigger chunk of that swim portion, you're not going to kick as much, really. You're going to let the upper body do the majority of the work. And that kick there is literally there just to keep you in a good flat position. In terms of our entry point for the stroke, probably around about sort of 12 to 18 inches in front of the shoulder. I want to keep those arms. Imagine that we've got a set of train tracks that we're keeping the arms on. Entering the same point, good reach forward, and then a good catch of the water, which enables us to drive the water back, not just with the hand, but with the forearm as well. So it's called the catch position. We're catching the water, driving that water back, and then the best way I can describe it is like a tricep extension at the back to get that final bit of propulsion for each stroke. You can see there a couple of our athletes with trainers on. And that means that they're making their stronger swimmers do the majority of the work. If they've got trainers on, they're not going in the water. Obviously, you've got to stick to each athlete's strength. It does look like it is lane number 6, A22 United, that has taken the lead on the swim. Obviously, I can't really see too much in terms of the ski erg at the moment, but the pool looks amazing. Teams are working hard. This is the first heat of our elite teams, male, female. And these guys are going to be setting the time and the pace to beat for heat number 2. And obviously by tomorrow we should have a restructure and a shuffle to see who our top teams are. We've got a switch there. So the athletes must get out the water first before they can switch and dive back in. That's lane number 3 on screen. Lane number 3, Team Ultra. There's our team working through, trying to look at the paces that they're holding on the skier. Hopefully the cameras can get a little bit closer at some point and just show us the distance that's completed so far and how far is left to go. But again, if we look back at the swimming technique, one rule that we always seem to go by with the freestyle stroke, which is the main stroke that the majority of these guys are using, is you must always have one arm in front. It's not necessarily an actual rule that's going to get you disqualified, but in terms of efficiency and making you swim better, you want that arm out in front. Gives you balance, gives you the ability to reach, get good rotation, and obviously keep yourself as flat as possible to move through the water. And obviously with that arm being in front, nice and extended, it allows you to get a good catch of water to move it backwards and give yourself propulsion with each stroke. See a few of the athletes on the swim just keeping their head out the water. That's not going to be efficient for them, especially over the course of 500 meters. Every time you lift your head up too much, the majority of the time the hips drop, which then means the chest acts as a literal windbreaker, like break in the water, slows you down. Obviously then you've got to get yourself into a position which then allows you to move faster. So you see we've got a hand in the air for a skier there, which looks around about lane number 6. Couple of hands in the air for our athletes, which should mean they're moving through their last few meters of the ski. As soon as the swim and the ski is complete, they can move through into their dumbbell snatches. A little bit of the crowd watching on for this late heat. And there we see our first team there in looks like lane number 2, potentially moving through their snatches. Lane number 6, 7 and 8 also onto their dumbbell snatches as well, which obviously means that they've finished the swim and the ski portion. At the moment, it does look like some of our teams are actually moving through the snatches before their swimmer has finished. I have to clarify the rules for that, but what I've got in front of me says as soon, oh, so actually there, I've just got some update. As soon as one of the 2 exercises is complete, they can start the dumbbell snatches. There's some extra info for me. So again, sort of tactics come into play for this event. Obviously, you need to finish the swim, not necessarily as quick as possible, but if you've still got someone swimming when you finish the ski and the dumbbell, you're going to be losing time. You want to be finishing that swim roughly around about the same time as the ski in order to get as many switches as you can for the 100 snatches. So you see there the swimmer with the head up just puts a lot more pressure on the shoulders in terms of moving through the water. You want to be nice and flat, breathe into the side, keeping the head flat. I think our athletes have been told that they must be synchronized at the top. I don't think there's any discrepancy as to what arm they use. Not too sure on the time frame. I think we're around about 10 minutes into this workout. Hopefully by heat number 2 we'll have a clock on the screen so we can see the times that these teams need to beat. But we're roughly 10 minutes in. Time cap of this workout is 14 minutes, so there's 4 minutes to go. Athletes must be synchronized at the top. Don't need to touch the floor at the same time. As long as they do touch the floor and then complete the rep fully and wait at the top for their partner, the rep will be credited. And what a view that is there for our spectators to watch, not only from home but in person at the pool. This workout is called Ocean Drive. Great name, great event, and also just great to see a swim workout at a competition again. It's not very often we see them anymore, but it's such a great test of fitness. It's a great skill to have. I've always said that swimming is a life skill, something you should definitely learn as a youngster. You never know when it's going to come in handy. Waiting for some of the judges' hands to go up in the air. So these teams now working through the 100 dumbbell snatches. 127 kilo, 122.5 kilo dumbbell for the teams. Individual workouts slightly different though. We're going to see that tomorrow for our males and females. It's a 200 meter swim into 50 double dumbbell hang to overhead. That could be a snatch or a clean and jerk tomorrow for our individuals. So we're coming up now to close to the 14-minute mark, I think. Still got a couple of swimmers in the water. But if we're thinking of an average 2-minute pace for 100, that's 10 minutes. Faster swimmers, probably between 7 and 10 minutes. You might get the odd swimmer around about that 6:30 mark for a 500 meter swim. I think some of the faster 500 meters times that we've seen recently, around 6:13, the fastest from a couple of WFP swimmers, Lucy Campbell being one of them, Yana Koski around the 6:20 mark. Known ex-swimmers though. So it'll be interesting to see if we've got any ex-swimmers here this weekend that can pull off some decent times. I think we've got our lane number 8 has finished, Fjord de Krieger. Hand in the air for a few more teams. I think we're going to be coming up to the final minute shortly. Looks like majority of our swimmers are finished now, which is good to see. Lane 7 is done, lane 6 is done. So that's Male and Freedom and A22 United. Last few reps for some of our other teams. Lane 2 is in. We see there the swim just got finished after the ski and the dumbbell snatches. I didn't think we'd see that, but we have today. Still time left though, clearly, as they're still working. This is heat number 1. One more heat to go.
Put your hands up. 30 seconds.
I think we've got 2 teams, maybe 3 teams still left working. Both heads of the dumbbell must touch the floor. Full extension at the top. Show control with each other before the rep is going to get credited. And what a view that is. Looks like the heat is over. Unfortunately, I can't give you a time to beat. Don't have a clock on the screen. Let's try and make sure to set my stopwatch for the next heat. We do have one more heat to go. That's coming up shortly in around about 3 minutes time. We'll obviously reset the poolside floor with the ski erg and the dumbbells. But what a view that is. Great facility. Looks spectacular. Great scenery for the UBL Italian Championships. So we're just a few minutes away from the final heat of the final event of the day for day number 1 here in Naples, Italy, for the UBL Italian Championships. It's not very often you get views like that. Beautiful views of the city. So the pool being reset. Heat number 2 about to come out onto the floor. Let me just run through the teams left to go. Teams left to go. Forza Sweden, Bad Scarabs, MS Program, FPL Hold Guard, Yantra Connection, Hachi Sucks Ducali, and Team Stamina are our final teams to go here this evening. Just a reminder of the workout. The workout is 500-meter swim, 2,000-meter ski erg, 100 synchronized dumbbell snatches between 2 people of the 3. Once one portion of the workout is done, whether that's the swim or the ski, the 2 athletes not working can start the 100 dumbbell snatches. Obviously, overall time is when all 3 movements are complete. We've just seen from the first heat that one team finished the ski and the dumbbells, and their final time wasn't credited until that 500-meter swim was complete. But we are about to start heat number 2, the final heat of the day, the final event of day number 1 here at the UBL Italian Championships. So stick with us. It's only 14 more minutes to go of action, and then we'll wrap the day up and obviously get you guys excited for day number 2 tomorrow. We've still got 2 more days of competition. Moving day tomorrow, and then we're off. We've set the clock. Looks like we might see some fast times here. Get some fast-paced starts though as well. A lot of kicking going on. And then we've got a beautiful swimming stroke. You can see leaves the lead arm out, nice and long, relaxed, minimal kick, breathing to the side, nice and flat. And that is in lane number 4. Lane number 4, FPL hold guard. Nice tumble turn, underwater kick. Lane number 2, Bad Scarab's going well at the moment. But in terms, if I was looking at efficiency of each stroke, lane 4, way more efficient. Staying controlled and composed. But again, it depends on how you're going to switch between your teammates. It looks to me like lane number 4 is probably going to swim the majority of the 500, if not all of it. Whereas lane number 2 might switch at some point with his teammates. And there we go, there's the first switch from lane number 2. Lane number 4 stays in the water. .100 meters down into the second 100. Lane number 4. Hold guard, looking controlled, clear lead at the moment. Nice and relaxed. And that first 100, probably around about the 1:15 mark, give or take. We'll soon get a better idea once the second 100 is complete. We're coming up to the 2-minute mark at the moment. And you see there from that side angle of the breathing pattern, it's essentially got one eye still in the water, so he's super flat. And what happens is when your head is nice in a good position, when you're breathing, the water essentially creates like a bit of a bow wave that comes down below the mouth, giving you space to breathe, but keeping you nice and streamlined throughout. I'm going to come up to the 200 meter mark soon. We'll soon see who's going to be walking away with the event win. Again, I can't really give you, that's 200 meters in 2 minutes 49, 2 minutes 50. So that's roughly a 1:25 pace per 100 at the moment, which is a great pace to hold, especially if you know that you're going to finish the swim before the likes of some of the dumbbell snatches or even the ski at this point. Once you finish that swim, you can get back and help your teammates out, which gives more rotation, which means you can do shorter, sharper bursts of work, moving quicker. I might even try and get down to the pool early tomorrow morning and give the individual workout a go. Gives me a great opportunity to talk about the workout once we come back onto live commentary in terms of what the athletes are going to expect, how it's going to feel, where the workload hits the most. I mean, really, this kind of workload is going to be majority shoulders. And it just depends on how efficient you are with the swim. If you're not an efficient swimmer and you use your legs too much, those legs can take a bit of a beating if they're kicking too hard for too long. We see there lane number 3. That's MS program currently working. Lovely swim cap there. It's not very often as well you see a night swim. The light of the pool, it does make it look pretty spectacular, especially for you viewers at home. MS program on screen. And this is our current leader in the pool. That is FPL hold guard, still moving well. So around about 3 minutes in now. And he's coming up to finish 300 meters in. He's coming up to the 350 meter mark. So there's probably about 3 lengths to go. Lane number 4 there in the center. Looks relaxed, looks controlled. breaststroke in lane number 6, Hatchie. Hatchie sucks. And again, if that's what works for people, that's what works for people. There's lane number 7. Team Stamina.
There you can see it, lane number 5, Yancha Connection. Number 7, Stamina.
To look who our teams are, if we can.
It is gonna be close.
See if we can see some of the names. Just looking at some of the team names that I've got here. I'm not too sure if we've got the whole team list at the moment. FPL Hold Guard. Current leaders in the pool, coming down the last 50 meters now. 7-minute mark coming up. He's probably going to finish around about the 7:30 mark. FPL Hold Guard, that's either Gabriel or Mattia, one of the male swimmers for FPL. He's going to be able to get out the pool now. In the centre, you'll see him there just touching the wall now. 7 minutes 35. The time, roughly there or thereabouts, for the swim. And now that team is going to be able to use all 3 athletes and move through onto the dumbbell snatches with quick changes and possibly set the time to beat. I did see their Team Stamina. I thought it was Enrico Zanoni, one of the more well-known Italian athletes, on a team this weekend for Team Stamina. He'd done a bit of swimming, and there he is there on screen on the left-hand side, working through the dumbbell snatches. It'll be interesting to see now if FPL Hold Guard managed to sneak away a bit of a win here with the fact that they don't have to just use the dumbbell snatches between 2. They can rotate between the 3. All the other teams still swimming at the moment. But it looks like Team Stamina might be in the lead at the moment.
Yeah, we are definitely going to be getting close as we've seen most of the divisions finishing on that 3.
We see what a setup that is for these athletes. It'll be hot during the day. Tomorrow,
as it is neck and neck between them, as all we're waiting for is that judge's hand to hit the sky.
9 minutes 20 seconds gone, so just over 4.5 minutes to go for this second and final heat of the day. And then we see FPL Hold Guard working well on the dumbbell snatch. Still one of, if only, team to have all 3 athletes to work together. All our other teams having to split the workload between 2 because their athlete is still swimming in the pool. This is where it certainly paid dividends to have a swim specialist in the team, which allows you to get back early and split that workload on the ski, on the dumbbell for the remainder of the workout. Here we have lane 1, another team finished with the swim, so they can share the load. Waiting for a hand in the air. And it looks like Team Stamina in lane number 7 are done. Unofficial time for them, 10 minutes 30. And that's Enrico Zanone's team. I'm sure that we're going to see some more hands come up soon for the judges. Again, just lane number 1 there, Forza Sweden. Lane number 2, Bad Scarabs. 3, MS Program. 4, FPL Holgard. 5, Yantra Connection. 6, Hachi Sucks Ducati. And 7, Team Stamina. That is our team roster for heat number 2. Lane number 5 look like they're finished. Yantra Connection. As we're now 11.5 minutes in, so 2.5 minutes to go before this time cap. Hand in the air for FPL Hold Guard. They're done. Unofficial time for them, 11:35 maybe. So we've got 1, 2, 3 teams finished so far. 4 teams still left on the competition floor, as it were. Hand in the air for lane number 2, Bad Scarabs. Bad Scarabs are in. So now we've got lanes 1, 3, and 6 still working. Hand in the air for lane number 6. Last 2 reps. Lane number 6, Hachi Sucks Ducati. Hachi Sucks are in. Lane number 3, MS Program is in, so it's just our team in lane number 1. And lane number 1 are also in. Forza Sweden complete and round out heat number 2, the final heat of the final event of the day for not only the team action, but for all action here at the UBL Italian Championships here in Naples, Italy. You see our teams now just taking the opportunity to cool off in the pool, have a little bit of a float and recover, because there's still plenty of action to come for the remainder of the weekend. We've still got day number 2 and day number 3 still to go, as well as the men's IF3 European Championships tomorrow night, as we had the women's this evening. But more action to come for not only these teams, but multiple individuals as well. We'll be back shortly with a little wrap up of today's action. Maybe we'll get some leaderboards on the screen for you guys for us to have a look at and round out all the action that we've seen this evening.